Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing my June bullet journal theme. If you've watched any of my journal with me videos before, you'll know that I love to do bullet journal themes that are inspired by things that are happening in my life or things that are happening in the world at that time. So it's a very topical, on theme, on trend bullet journal for whatever's happening in the world. And today's bullet journal theme is going to be no different. My topical theme of the month is going to be Bonnaroo Music Festival. My boyfriend and I are going to Bonnaroo this year. It's gonna be our first time going. I'm so excited. And I just got a bunch of the stuff for the festival in the mail, like my wristband and like my little book about it. And I have always really admired the Bonnaroo branding. They have the coolest illustration style that they put on all of their posters and advertisements and stuff. I'll show close-ups of all of this stuff also. And I thought it'd be such a cool thing to do for a journal theme. This is gonna be a kind of sister theme, I think, to two themes that I've done in the past. One of them, last year I did a theme inspired by the Lollapalooza branding because my boyfriend and I went to Lollapalooza last year. And it's also going to be very similar to my April 2023. I don't remember what year. I'll put it on the screen. I think it's gonna be kind of similar to that too because that one was also loosely inspired by the Bonnaroo branding. I'm so excited about Bonnaroo. My boyfriend and I were supposed to go back in 2020, 4 years ago. We had already bought tickets and everything. Obviously it got canceled because of COVID and I was so sad. We haven't gone the past couple of years because there were other festivals that we wanted to go to more because they had different lineups or it was just at a better time of year. But finally this year we're going to Bonnaroo. I'm so excited. I've been planning my outfits. That's going to be another video. I decided to do a video thrifting and making all of my outfits for Bonnaroo, which should be up after this one. So when they mailed my wristband, they send a bunch of other like cute stuff for it also. So I'll show you a close-up of everything. This is my cute wristband. It has the cool eyeball flower designs on it. They sent this card. This has like information about like the cashless payment, but this is like such a cute little thing. I'm gonna put it on my wall. They sent these little books that are so cute. It's like a little journal and it has a bunch of prompts that you can fill in like while you're at the festival. Like this says, did you meet someone new today? What about them inspired you? Draw a picture of them or write about the connection you had. Other cute little journal prompts like that too, and you can like get people to sign it or write you messages, people that you meet. It's so cute and it has obviously the really cute art on the outside too. They sent a sticker sheet, which I love. I love stickers and these are so cool. I think I'm gonna draw inspiration from these for my journal theme. And my favorite thing, I don't know if they sent this to everyone, maybe they did, but this is such a nice thing. And usually this is something festivals will sell as merch. Like this is really nice. This bandana, oh my god, it's so cute. You guys know that I'm a bandana girl, so I'm so excited to have this. I also bought the Lollapalooza one last year because it was beautiful. So now I have a little collection growing of festival bandanas. And as you guys know, I love to do a little pun as the header for the month. And I think I'm gonna do something like June-aroo or Bonna-June. I feel like having a roo on there is better because that's what people call Bonnaroo. And then I can also do the little 3-circle logo. So I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go into my journal, start sketching, and I'll show you what it looks like soon, okay? I'm so glad. Okay, we're back. I finished my sketch for the divider page and it's so cute. It's so cute. I'm gonna show you. It's inspired by lots of those little things that they sent out and also the poster that was the lineup. So cute. Let me show you. Okay, so here is the lineup. This is like the poster that they sent out. And I also pulled some of these little, this is not in focus, some of these little guys and some of these little guys. And here's what we have. I think it's gonna be so cute. I'm gonna try and do some of the text effects that they use. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna start coloring it. Okay, so this is my voiceover section. I started out by doing the text here because I knew I wanted to try that really like interesting texture they have on the posters, which is very like dotted. But I wanted to test it on the text first and see if I was like able to actually recreate it accurately before I committed to doing that for the rest of the page because I knew it was going to be definitely a commitment. And I was correct. So here I was looking at the reference picture of the actual logo and using a Posca paint pen to do the dotting. And it was fun and it worked out really well. It was actually very easy. The only hard part is that it just took forever. Like every single thing took a really long time. I feel like I filmed a lot less for this video because I maxed out my SIM card, or not my SIM card, my SD card like 3 times making these spreads just because the dotting took so long. and it was very boring to watch me do that over and over again. But honestly, it was a very easy technique to recreate, so I would recommend trying it if you're interested in doing something that looks cool but is very easy to do, because it ended up looking really cool. I do think that if you want to do that, I would definitely recommend using paint pens to some extent. I use the ones from the brand Posca. I have done a sponsored video with them in the past. This is not sponsored, but I do think they make really good high quality pens. They're just on the more expensive side, but lots of brands make really great paint pens. I just think Posca are like a very high quality brand if you're looking to invest in a really good quality one. So I think it ended up looking really good, so I decided to do it for the rest of the page as well. I did use a combination of my regular Tombow marker pens in combination with the Posca pens because I don't have that many colors of Posca markers. So I tried to make it so that I would only use the Tombow pens if that was like the base layer of a color, and then I would use the paint pens on top of that to add color, because the Tombow pens don't layer very well on top of one another and even on top of other markers just because they are water-based. So it was definitely smart to do the paint pens on top. And like I said, I took a lot of these little icons, like the tents, that little arch with the eyeball in it, and like the faces that are on the ground from the posters. And I think they turned out so cool. It was definitely, I say this later in the video, it's definitely less original of an idea. I feel like I usually pride myself on doing things that are very original. Even if I'm doing a concept that is inspired by something in the real world, I feel like I usually try to make the art style more my own. This is very much cut and paste from the actual, I don't know, art that it was inspired by, but, you know, rearranging it so it fits into my journal. But I still think it's fun to do this sometimes. It's a cool recreation. I actually posted these pictures in the Bonnaroo subreddit, and I got a bunch of upvotes on it. People were like, that's really cool. So proud of myself for that. Anyway, a lot of the rest of this video is going to be very repetitive because it's really just fill in block of color and then do dots on top with a paint pen. So we're going to try and chit chat about other things while I do it. I definitely want to talk about festivals. I think I probably talked about it in my video last year, making my Lollapalooza spreads, but I do love music festivals. Actually, probably one of my favorite things to do, spend money on. They can be expensive, but if you really think about the cost of seeing all of the artists that you get to see at a music festival at all of their individual concerts, it's usually cheaper to like see them at a festival. And honestly, festivals are cool because usually artists will bring out special guests. They'll do really unique set lists or wear cool costumes that they don't usually wear, because it's like a very unique once in a lifetime experience, once in an era performance. So I always think that they're really fun. The Bonnaroo lineup is crazy this year. I'm most excited about seeing Chappell Roan. I can't believe she's playing. I also am really excited about seeing Maggie Rogers. We're going to see Red Hot Chili Peppers, Post Malone, Fred again, Pretty Lights, Galantis, Lizzie McAlpine, Renee Rapp, Cigarettes After Sex. There's so many really good artists that are playing, some that I've seen before, some that I haven't. And I think that's always the perfect combination for a festival lineup, is like a good mix of like your favorites that you get to see again, and then also new people. Especially people like Fred again and Pretty Lights, who I feel like do really unique sets for festivals that are like very never done again, unique for that specific festival. So I think it will be really cool. So I'm really excited, and I love how this divider turned out. I'm going to talk about it right now. Okay, so I finished my divider page. Guys, it looks so good. I really am so proud of myself. I know that this isn't the most original design concept of all time because a lot of it is taken from actual stuff, like the real Bonnaroo branding, but I think it looks so cool. It was really out of my comfort zone to draw this with like no line art because I don't know, I usually get scared of drawing stuff with no liner. Using a mix of materials like the paint pens and my regular pens. I just love it. It's so vibrant. It's so cool. Look how beautiful. I'm really excited. I have to head out to go to dinner now, but I am going to work on it more either when I get back or tomorrow. I love this blue like dotted detail that I did, and also the light blue in the letters. That is how it is on the actual branding, but I didn't know if I was going to be able to replicate it really well, but I feel like it looks so cool. The colors don't really match that much either, but oh my god, it looks awesome. Okay, so here I started working on my habit tracker and my moments page. I didn't film a lot of this because of the debacle I talked about earlier with like filling up my SD card with just a bunch of clips of me doing dots. But I did this really cool thing where it like covers 3/4 of this whole spread. You'll see it at the end, but I basically just used a lot of the same flower imagery, this starry sky behind, and all the same colors that I was using before. But that's what I did for these pages. I did film a whole clip in between some of these clips here that I think got corrupted or deleted when I was importing my footage. Doing these bullet journal spreads happened to land on the actual, I think, busiest work week of my entire professional life so far. For those of you guys who don't know, I do have 2 jobs. And for some reason, the last week in May that I was making these spreads was actual hell for my 2 jobs. All 5 days of that week, I worked from 8 a.m. until after midnight every single day. I only stopped to drive or to cook. I even worked while I was eating. Like, I don't even know how I got these spreads done during that week also, and also am editing this video. It is very late in the evening as I film this voiceover. Genuinely, it was so hard, and I get a lot of comments all the time asking me how I have the time to do my bullet journal spreads in time for the month, and I get that. Like, it's such a hard thing to get used to when you start bullet journaling, and honestly, if I didn't film all of my bullet journal processes for TikTok and YouTube and stuff like this, I definitely wouldn't do it like perfectly in time for the start of the month the way that I do now. But honestly, like, that I think is the only factor that like really pushed me, especially on really hard weeks like this when it's really busy, over the edge to like get it done. And honestly, that is like one of the downsides to bullet journaling all the time, is that you do spend a lot of time on it, and it's not something that's just like printed out and ready to go for you. However, shameless plug, if you do want bullet journal spreads that are printed out and ready to go for you, I sell those on Etsy. If you've never looked at my Etsy shop, definitely check it out. But that's a comment that I get all the time, especially on TikTok. They're like, these spreads are so beautiful. I love the creative side of this, but I don't have the time to do that. And honestly, I get it. And you're so right for that. Like, prioritize yourself and find the means of planning your life in a format that works for you. And I mean, I've talked about this before in videos. There were times in my life where bullet journaling just wasn't the best thing for me to do. Whether that was because I was like, at the beginning of college, I had a hard time getting used to the schedule of college. Like, it was very different from my high school life. And bullet journaling worked for me really well in high school, but it didn't at the beginning of college. And I really only picked it up again when I was in college because the pandemic started, and I like needed to have a creative outlet and something with more structure. So that was like why I got back into it. But I totally understand like going in and out of phases of enjoying bullet journaling in your life, just depending on what your life schedule is and like the time you have available to set aside to journal. But yeah, little tangent aside, this illustration that I'm doing is next to my calendar. I wanted to kind of illustrate a character that I thought kind of represented me in the like Bonnaroovian style of those like heads that were on the divider page. So I drew this little girl character. She's got orangey red hair, which is not my color hair, but it's my favorite color. I love orange. I love the blue and purple skin tone, and she's just wearing a cute little matching set. And I just illustrated her in another one of those really cute, vibrant, psychedelic, cool Bonnaroo landscapes with all those cool flowers. And that's what I decided to do for my divider page, to like make it a little bit more personal and add in one of my like little original characters, because you guys know that I love to do a little doodle or something personal on these pages, especially when it's not a theme that is centric to my life. So that's what we did here. Hi Hi everyone, it's the next day. I finished working in my journal last night. I love it so much. I'm so proud of it, and I'm gonna show you the final of what it looks like. I set up this cute flat lay to show you the final reveal. Here is my adorable divider page. I love how it turned out. I think all of this like dot work is so intricate and so cool to look at. I am just obsessed. And here we have my illustration page and my calendar. I love that I incorporated some of the illustrations from the inspired posters, but I also wanted to include something more personal, so I drew myself as a little Bonnaroovian character. So cute. And here is my habit tracker and my moments page. So cool. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed following along while I made my June bullet journal theme. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, my next video that I'm going to be posting is styling all of my outfits for Bonnaroo, which I will hopefully be including some actual clips from the festival in that video also, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you want to see more from me, including real-time updates from the festival, follow me over on Instagram and on TikTok, where I post all the time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!